Hello, all of my fabulous, beautiful people, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you are all doing very, very well. So, if you have not seen it yet, the Recovering Hunbot and myself did another Onpassive stream last night, and I found out about this doctor-to-doctor thing. The doctor that runs it wanted to hook up with Ash and Onpassive. It's been bothering me since we streamed about it. I have not been able to get this off of my mind. So I really did have to look into who this doctor was, his background, what is doctor to doctor, what do people say about this kind of award system for doctors, just the whole lot. So that is what we are doing today. I am going to be looking into doctor to doctor, top 100 doctors. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Before we go any further, I just want to say please come and join our Facebook group. It's a scam. As you can see, the purpose of the group is to gather evidence such as income claims and product claims and other materials so that we can collectively report unethical companies to the authorities, thus promoting consumer protection. Right now, our current focus is on Onpassive and Zeus's Bounty. They are both smaller MLM companies, and I really do think that we have a really good chance of getting them shut down because Zeus's Bounty is more like a Ponzi scheme in my opinion, and Onpassive is a pyramid scheme in my opinion. They're barely even multi-level marketing companies, and so please come and join us in shutting down these scams. I know you want to help us shut down scams, right? I mean, that's why you're here, I hope, and to help people out of cults. So without further ado, let's just get into the rest of the video. I just wanted to say, come and join us. We're funny. We have fun. We do memes. So this is the stream that Alonda and I reacted to yesterday. This isn't her stream, but this is somebody else posting it up because, as I stated, it was really funny to me how many people had recorded this stream and posted it up. I found it a little sus. Everything that this Ash guy does, people think is the most amazing thing in the world. I don't see much great about it, but every time he does a Zoom call, there's like 500 people posting the thing up like it's fabulous. Go watch our stream, you'll see it's not really that fabulous. But as you can see here, we have this gentleman that he is doing, what did they call it? A webcast, a podinar, whatever. And his name is Dr. Keanor Shaw. I hope I said that correctly. If I did not say it correctly, hopefully you can see it right here. And he is someone that runs this program that is called Doctors to Doctors. I had no clue what this is because my Canadian ass has never heard of it before. We don't really have it here. So I was like, can you guys please explain it to me? And our fabulously amazing commenters, who I absolutely adore, everybody that comments in our live streams. And we miss you, Johnny. Please come back. Nobody was mad at you. Nobody's going to yell at you. We love you. Please come back. They basically told me in the comments, like, yeah, Queen, you're right. This thing's a little sus. Because that's why I was asking. I, of course, want to go take a deeper dive into this because ever since then I've just been sitting here thinking about this, whatever they call it, and who this guy is and what he's all about. Here is the Doctor to Doctor website. Of course, we're going to start there. And it says World's Top 100. So, of course, this is the gentleman from the stream. He's the founder and host of this. It gives us a background on who he is. Helpful. It says Dr. Keanor Shah is a practicing dentist and an entrepreneur from Palm Desert, California. As a traveling healthcare provider, Dr. Shah has practiced in more than 300 offices. As a businessman, Dr. Shah has built numerous co-brand, private label, and peer-to-peer partnerships in the healthcare industry. And it drops his website link. Dr. Shah completed his undergraduate studies at Western Illinois University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in the year 2000. A Bachelor of Science, okay. Dr. Shah graduated in 2006 with a doctorate in dental medicine from Southern Illinois University. He completed an MBA program at Brandman University in International Business in 2016. Okay. His participation as a Fellow of the International Congress of Oral Implantologists, Fellow of the California Implant Institute, and Fellow of the International Academy of Dental Facial Aesthetics has culminated in his mastership and diplomat status of the International Congress of Oral Implantologists. Dr. Shah has been in various roles as a founder, owner, chairperson, CEO, president, managing director, partner, associate, and consultant for a variety of domestic and international related business matters. Okay. Dr. Shah is also the founder of the International Extraction Academy and was the founder and host of the historic 2018 Global Summit in Los Angeles, USA. Dr. Shah currently serves as a key opinion leader for a host of companies and organizations. In addition to his expertise practicing general dentistry, Dr. Shah practices in the fields, this will be fun with my speech impediment, let's go, prosthodontics, periodontics, endodontics, pedodontics, orthodontics, and oral surgery. Wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Dr. Shah reads, writes, and speaks English, German, and the Farsi languages. Says Dr. Shah, what? That's how we do quotes on here? Okay. A dentist is a lifetime professional commitment. Part artist, part architect, part entrepreneur, part physicist, part surgeon, part businessman, part therapist, and part community friend. I just want the dude to fix my teeth, bro. Dr. Shah enjoys world travel, public speaking, studying, and researching historical events, and participating in sports, including soccer, table tennis, and fitness. I don't know what sport fitness is, but sure thing. I love the look on a patient's face when he or she looks in the mirror post-smile design and witnessing the emergence of a newfound confidence. The value in that cannot be measured by numbers. And then he drops his website link again. As you can see, this website is all about doing the world's top 100 doctors every year. And they started in 2020. So here we go. This is the Hogwarts symbol. And it is for the Global Summits Institute, GSI. And it is a preeminent peer-to-peer organization in recognizing leading doctors such as physicians, pharmacists, optometrists, dentists, chiropractors, and health providers who exemplify clinical excellence, innovation, research, organizational leadership, and entrepreneurship in serving the healthcare professions. GSI is of, by, and for the benefit of doctors. Their mission is to inspire, enable, and empower doctors to bring solidarity to the global healthcare industry through sustainable and lean doctor-to-doctor, D2D systems. And no, that is not standing for dick-to-dick. It's not bone-to-bone, cock-to-cock. We're not doing that here. Nobody would get that joke unless they watch Jeff Holiday. Vision: to create a global think tank of renowned healthcare providers who exemplify clinical excellence, innovation, research, organizational leadership, and entrepreneurship to maximize networking between doctors. And then they have a motto, which is learn one, do one, teach one. Their goals: to facilitate D2D relationships, don't get that dirty mind again, across the entire spectrum of the healthcare professionals, to hold global interdisciplinary summits for information exchange and collaboration between doctors devoid of third-party influence. To preserve the sacred patient-doctor relationship through D2D mechanisms. They also put their selection criteria for the nominees, so let's check that out. Any nominees' level of continuing education, research efforts, publications, degrees, fellowships, past awards, innovations, use of technology and cutting-edge techniques, leadership roles, moral fiber, humanitarian efforts, notable contributions to the profession, and or a combination of such qualities will be considered. So basically anybody. These are the regents. And I am not going to be looking up all of these doctors right now. Let me know if you would like me to in future. Because today we're just paying attention to the lead one here. You know, the guy that created the Doctors to Doctors. Which, of course, he puts himself right at the front of this too, right? Now, here you book a speaker or you book to host, I guess. And then that's kind of how it works. So you can just come here and I guess do a podinar any Sunday with any of the doctors. Isn't that great? So then this is the nomination form. So again, you fill out all of your personal information and give them all your social media profile links, give them a picture, give them your CV, and then you send that in. You can nominate yourself as well. Isn't that great? This is, I guess they have their own magazine. It's lovely. They have World's Top 100 Doctors, Global Summits, Institute expands the Doctor to Doctor initiative, medical doctors, dentists, optometrists, pharmacists, and chiropractors plan to unite healthcare. Got the Hogwarts symbol. Top 100 Doctors magazine is what it's called. How original. We publish inspirational stories that guide readers to try new things, face fears, infuse the world with positive accomplishments, and how-to pieces that explore how you learned what you know, with advice and tips under the following categories: doctor to doctor, business to business, soul to soul, leadership. And of course they have an area where I guess you can apply to write for them. I'm good. Now, when I click on Global Summits, it leads me to this Facebook page. This is odd. I don't know why Global Summits leads me to Facebook, but here we are. So this is their Facebook. I wasn't planning on looking at that, but I guess here it is. And they posted it and said, join us for this monumental technology and healthcare event. And it's their Zoom. Ash. Just, what an ass. Billy. Billy! Good to see you, Billy! There we go, a podinar. So I guess this is where they're posting their podinars on Facebook. It says interview with Mr. Ash Mufareh of Onpassive, who has garnered more than 1.2 million paid founders in his technology organization. Watch it here. And like, I don't know why this is such an incredible thing to them. I really don't. Like, look at how much they got. Look at how excited they got for this thing, okay? Lord. Then I guess they're doing a hands-on workshop. Okay, it's almost booked. Over 2K so far. Join us on Sunday. It's called Academy is On. Dear Doc, if you want to be a slave to the corporation and a morally depleted sellout, then join a DSO, MSO, or similar. If you want to hold your head up high and control your own destiny, do it yourself with the help of your colleagues. Hashtag Doctor to Doctor. Credit for art. Dr. Vadia Selvin, DDS. Title, Doctor No Control. We're being controlled. Bizarre to me. At 1 hours. And then we get to this. What's this? It's weird, right? Remember we said we were pretty sure this dude is in Onpassive already? Yeah, well, January 31st, exploring Onpassive and Academy for education and training in the healthcare field. And look at who's up there. Got some familiar faces and names, right? Onpassive and Onpassive'S are invited to this founders-only event. Link in the back office. So he's already been signing them up, guys. There's the International Extraction Academy. Why should a healthcare provider sign up for the Doctor of Business Administration program at the Universal School of Health? It's interesting how much he wants to get everyone into, getting a business degree. Hippocratic accreditation. The Hex Commission. In the last few decades, third-party service and product organizations have grown around accreditations organizations, professional schools, financiers, politicians, lobbyists, regulatory bodies, and wherever they can exert their influence in indirectly and or directly interfering with the sacred patient-to-doctor relationship. Now, I'm going to read this, and then you tell me if it sounds like something that maybe like anti-vax doctors and people that are all about patients being able to plan their own healthcare in a way where it messes up our healthcare system. Tell me if this sounds anti-vaxxy to you. The noble professions have become more of a marketing function, and the public has lost faith in its professionals and the healthcare industry. Trust needs to be restored. Hippocratic principles are the premise of our oaths and obligation to patients and the healthcare industry. First, do no harm. Thought leaders, namely doctors, should continue to guide the destiny of the noblest professions as they have for thousands of years. As we enter a world of globalization and integration in healthcare, domestic accreditation bodies do not have any significant oversight, which has led to corruption and the uninvited corporatization of the healthcare industry for the benefit of a few. As a guy in Onpassive, monetary gain has become the greatest priority for those with no fraternity and opinion, as it taints the scientific method and at the sacrifice of healthcare professionals and their patients. To reestablish order, the Global Summit Institute, composed exclusively of leading doctors, dentists, pharmacists, optometrists, chiropractors, and healthcare philosophers, as nominated by their peers, will be offering Hippocratic accreditation to any and all organizations deemed worthy of this seal of approval, including universities, insurance companies, pharmaceutical companies, service providers, regulatory agencies, product distributors, hospitals, private practices, domestic or international, operating within the healthcare supply chain. This mark, if earned by the organization, will inform doctors and patients worldwide that the organization has undergone a thorough review process and does not infringe upon their inherent rights and privileged relationship. The Global Summits Institute, GSI, is a preeminent peer-to-peer organization in recognizing leading doctors, such physicians, pharmacists, optometrists, dentists, chiropractors, and healthcare providers who exemplify clinical excellence, innovation, research, organizational leadership, and entrepreneurship in serving the healthcare professions. GSI is of doctors, by doctors, and for the sole benefit of patients and healthcare providers. And then you do an organizational eligibility questionnaire here, I guess. And I guess that's how. And you fill in your personal information that says which of the below best describes your mechanism of service to the healthcare industry: private practice, clinician, group practice, or management service organization, etc., etc. It even has lobbyist, politician, or public servant. And then it asks, like, how are your organizational policies determined? Who determines them? What is your quality control processes? And you only have 300 words to describe that, 500 to describe that. How do you test new products and services with sound research? Explain the rationale and process. What is your process of marketing your products and innovations? Do you have salespersons or hire outside sales organizations? If so, do you offer compensation in any way based on remuneration? It's very strange questions that they're asking about this, if it's all about taking the Hippocratic Oath. And it sounds like this is not yet. See, it says this mark, if earned by the organization. So I feel like it has not yet been earned by the organization, but correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, more cookies. And they're probably going to be oatmeal raisin. Welcome to the Doctorate of Business Administration, DBA, with emphasis on healthcare business. I am proud to introduce the first program in the world that closes the gap between clinical training and real-life business acumen for doctors, empowering us to be successful CEOs and community leaders. It's very strange. As healthcare professionals, we all go through rigorous training, achieving clinical competency. Why can't I say that? Competency over years of professional education. It is not possible, however, to fit business training into an already demanding clinical curriculum. Recognizing the gap, we are offering this program to help doctors rise to their next level of business excellence. Our program is taught by clinical professionals who also own and run successful businesses. Okay. These doctors come from all over the world and have backgrounds in research, publishing, innovation, team building, sales, psychology, business scaling, and marketing. This unique team will be augmented by outstanding global industry leaders as guest lecturers who will share cutting-edge knowledge in their respective fields. It almost sounds like they have their own academy. The program has 3 tracks with 3 separate focuses. Financial track is the financial track starts with personal finance, cash flow, and debt management. It provides insights to establishing different corporate business structures and building wealth through creation of intellectual property and joint ventures among different sectors. Joint ventures among different sectors. Then there's business administration. The business administration track focuses on the actual operations of a successful business, covering business basics, complex sales strategies, marketing on multiple platforms, business ethics, and the development of high-performance leadership. This is the track that will transform the clinician into a CEO who will be able to handle any business challenge. Do all doctors want to be CEOs? I'm just wondering. Research track. The research track is a unique part of our doctorate program. The doctors will review literature as well as complete an individual research project. This essential track will allow the doctoral candidate to demonstrate their aptitude to become an innovator, publish research, and contribute to our overall multidisciplinary body of knowledge. Our program will help professionals complete research projects, develop the knowledge to run profitable practices, and generate the ability to create collaborative opportunities for business acceleration and wealth building. Yay! And they say that they have like accomplishments and all this. Congratulations on being a healthcare professional! We believe that traditional healthcare education programs do not provide the essential business skills healthcare professionals need in order to be successful in their careers. Okay. In addition to your clinical training, a doctorate of business administration will give you an integrative perspective. It changes the way you see business and make decisions, generates relationships with your partners, improves your knowledge and skills, and certifies your superior aptitude when you graduate from the program. You will approach the problems of your organization, whether in the public or private sector, with better systems, tools, and strategies. Through the program, you will gain a solid foundation for academia, a passion for knowledge and innovation, and a spirit for entrepreneurship. Because, you were doing all those years of school to become a doctor, I'm sure that you never got a passion for knowledge and innovation. You may wonder, why would I invest 2 more years of study if I'm already a healthcare professional? I mean, I am. What? This training will generate an absolute return on your capital investment and grow yourself and your business permanently. Through our online courses, the Doctorate of Business Administration program teaches you how to lead the management process in health organizations and how to make the best decisions based on business data and analysis. It also prepares you for opportunities and flexibility in your professional life. I don't understand why you need to be a better CEO. Maybe if you choose to be a solo practitioner, but not everyone is, so I don't understand. Finally, by working with our group of professors, researchers, and professional business owners, you will be contributing to building a better health service system for the entire world population. We are excited to welcome you as you join us on this journey. And of course, there is money you got to put into this thing. So here's the Global Interdisciplinary Summit. It went from, April 15th to May 30th, 2020. I guess they also have, I don't know why it would go to the one for 2020. I guess they haven't had this one yet. Does it show me 2021? No, did we just skip the summit in 2021? Okay, I guess that's why it shows the one in 2020. Great. So yeah, as you can see, it's basically just a bunch of webinars, videos, and comprehensive introduction to the Global Interdisciplinary Summit is of course done by our doctor here. It's just so bizarre to me. They basically have their own version of Academy here, in my opinion. That's all this is. So that's the information about their website. That's the whole thing. We've gone through it all. Now let's continue on to what else I got to talk about for you. So this is this gentleman's website. As you can see, it says a dentist and a lifetime medical professional, part artist, part architect, part entrepreneur, part physicist, part surgeon, part businessman, part therapist, part community friend. He's just a part of everything, including Onpassive, which makes me think he is sus. So you can see about him, his education. He claims to have a 4.0 GPA and everything, but you can't actually click on it to see a CV or anything, so I don't know. This is his experience here. So you basically get his whole resume. You can see all the things he's published, I guess, which this isn't a lot, by the way. I just want to point that out. He claims to have gotten all of these honors and awards. But again, there's no proof of it. Like, he just kind of puts it on here. Like, these are all the things I got. Then he claims to be a part of all of these. He has a bunch of, like, he has a gallery, videos, news, and a patient education area. Then it talks about all the things that he claims to be a founder of here. And as you see, it lists top 100 doc leadership magazine, as well as the Global Implantology Summit and the Global Implantology Institute. And then it has his contact, his social media, but that's pretty much all his website is. As you can see, he created it in 2001. Then I found this. And this here, as you can see, down here is the date. This man was on the Julian Milo show on March 15th of last year, 2021. Now, there would be no reason for him to be on this show unless he was already an O founder. I do strongly believe that, because it is almost a year later and he is still doing stuff with Onpassive. And as you saw, he's in a very similar business as Onpassive. So this was suspect to me because I can find this picture with the date on it and the time of this webinar or podinar or whatever the heck they call it. But when you click on it, it does not exist anymore. A little bit sus to me. I'm just wondering why they're trying to hide that they already spoke to him on March 15th of 2021 and they were talking to him at 11:17:07 a.m. We have it down to the time when he was speaking. So I'm not really sure why they erased this out of existence, but it's obviously to make it look like the webinar that he just did with Ash is brand new and that he's never had any connection to them until now. But as you can see, he's been connected to them since at least March of last year. So he's been around Onpassive, involved with it for almost a year now. Honestly, this whole doctor-to-doctor thing looks completely suspicious to me. So I decided to go and Google doctor-to-doctor scam. I wanted to know more about the process of giving awards to doctors on websites like this, how legitimate it is, and you won't believe what I found. It intrigues me that Alonda introduces me to Onpassive, which then opens up our eyes to the pyramid scheme, Telefree, the Ashmax, etc. And then it brings us to Zeus's Bounty, which Timmy says right in his first webinar, technically right now this is a Ponzi scheme. And now here I am looking at a top doctor scam. I just find it very interesting that every single thing that Onpassive seems to be attached to is getting called out as a scam. And this has been well known as a scam for a while. Unfortunately, I'm not in the medical field, and it's not like I know several people who are, so I wasn't aware of this. So I'm glad I came across it. So let's read this really funny, I feel like it's going to be a good one, this funny article here. I'm a journalist. Apparently, I'm also one of America's top doctors. Like, he didn't even know. Companies cash in by calling physicians super doctor, best doctor, or top doctor, and then selling them opportunities to boast about the honor. Experts call the accolades a scam. Giving me one highlights the absurdity, because it's a journalist, not a doctor, so that's a little worrisome. My eyes narrowed when the woman on the voice message told me to call about my top doctor award. They needed to make sure everything's accurate before they sent me my plaque, she said. It was a titillating irony. I don't have a medical degree, and I'm not a physician, but I am an investigative journalist who specializes in healthcare. So I leaned forward in my seat with some anticipation when I returned the call last year. I spoke to a cheerful saleswoman named Anne at a company on New York's Long Island that hands out the top doctor awards. For some reason, she believed I was a physician and, even better, worthy of one of their awards. Puzzled and amused, I took notes. I asked how I had been selected. My peers had nominated me, she said buoyantly, and my patients had reviewed me. I must be a leading physician, she said. I would be like, are my friends playing a trick on me? Like, are they playing a trick on me? Or is this person just scamming me? Sounds like a trick my friends would play on me. At this point, of course, it'd be tempting to dismiss the call. The call and the award as ridiculous. But I knew such awards are the perfect dovetail of doctors' egos and patients' desperate need to find a good physician. And that's what I think is gross, is it is also preying on people that just really want to have a good doctor, and then if they see one of those awards, they're like, oh, this must be a good doctor. But as we just found out, apparently you can even be a journalist. I do not want a journalist giving me surgery. Many patients assume that the awards are backed by rigorous vetting and standards to ensure only the best doctors are recognized. Right? You would think so. I asked that to everyone when I first heard about that, and everyone in the chat was like, no, it's not. Hospitals and physicians lend credibility to the facade by hanging the awards in their offices and promoting them on their websites. I really wish that they would stop doing that. And now, for reasons still unclear, Top Doctor Awards had chosen me, and I was almost perfectly the wrong person to pick. I've spent the last 13 years reporting on healthcare, a good chunk of it examining how our healthcare systems measures the quality of doctors. Well, maybe you were the perfect one for them to pick then so that you can out them in this article. Medicine is complex, and there's no simple way of saying some doctors are better than others. Truly assessing the performance of doctors from their diagnostic or surgical outcomes to the satisfaction of their patients is challenging work. And yet, for-profit companies, yes, for profit, churn out lists of super or top or best physician of all time. If anyone ever called me up and told me that I had gotten nominated as super doctor, I would know it was a scam even if I was a doctor. It's like, you've been nominated for super duper quadruple doctor. Like, really? Displaying them in magazine ads, online listings, or via shiny plaques or promotional videos the companies produce for an added fee. On my call with Anne from Top Doctors, the conversation took a surreal turn. It says you work for a company called ProPublica, she said blithely. At least she had that right. I responded that I did and that I was actually a journalist, not a doctor. Is that going to be a problem, I asked, or can you still give me the Top Doctor Award? There was a pause. Clearly, I had thrown a baffling curve into her script. She quickly regrouped. Yes, she decided, I could have the award. Oh, okay. Anne's bonus, I thought, must be volume-based. Then we got down to business. The honor came with a customized plaque with my choice of cherry wood with golden trim or black with chrome trim. Wow, fancy. I mulled over which vibe better fit my unique brand of medicine, the more traditional cherry or the more modern black. There's a nominal fee for the recognition, she said, reverting to the stilted cadence of someone reading a script. It's a reduced rate, just $289. We accept Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. That sounded a little spendy to get past the ProPublica bean counters, even as a unique reported cost. I hesitated. The plaque commemorates your achievements and, more importantly, communicates the achievements to your patients, she said, moving in to close the sale. It's a great achievement. I would hate for you to miss it. I can get it to you right now for $99. I accepted the offer, and that's how I became a top doctor. It beats years of hard work and drowning in debt from medical school, and it gives me just that right amount of heft when I dole out advice to snuffling colleagues in the newsroom. Go home before we all get sick. Yes, because I'm now a doctor. The top doctor. Obviously, the Top Doctor Awards company has questionable standards, but it made me curious about the other awards you see online or dominating entire issues of local lifestyle magazines. Exactly, right? There's Castle Connolly top doctors, super doctors, the best docs, and many more. The more I looked, the more companies I found heaping praise on doctors and then charging them to market the honor. What criteria are they using? No, that's like one of my big questions. And who are these doctors who accept the awards? I hope they're all just joking like you. I wondered what they would say when I told them that I too was one of the chosen elites. I know, right? Top doctor and top investigator in New York, 2018. First, I called up some actual experts in healthcare quality. Not surprisingly, they had nothing good to say. This is a scam, said Dr. Michael Carome, the director of the health research group for the advocacy organization Public Citizen. Any competent, qualified doctor doesn't need one of these awards unless they want to stroke their ego. These are meaningless, worthless awards. Carome took it a step further, calling it unethical to hand out the awards or accept them. I agree with him though, like I do. I wish doctors please stop accepting these. Of course, the owners of the for-profit doctor rating companies emphasize their legitimacy, especially over rivals. John Connolly, co-founder of the company that puts out the Castle Connolly Top Doctor Awards, poked fun at my award. What's your specialty, Dr. Marshall? He quipped. I hope you're not doing any surgery. Connolly said that his company depends on nominations by physicians to identify top doctors. The New York City-based company has a research team, he said, that checks the license, board certification, education, and discipline history of each nominee. This is something that any member of the public could do on public websites maintained by regulators. But such checks would at least ensure someone like me wouldn't enter the top doctor ranks. Connolly believes it would be very difficult to game the nominations, but gave me a verbal disclaimer. We don't claim they are the best, Connolly said of his company's honorees. We say they are among the best, and ones we have screened carefully. Among the best doctors can pay Castle Connolly for an enhanced profile in its online listings. They can also purchase plaques. The company brings in additional revenue by teaming up with magazines to do promotional issues in different cities and regions. The Top Doctor issue is typically the #1 newsstand and advertising seller, Connolly said. Minnesota-based Super Doctors, sounds like a joke, relies on a similar physician nomination and credential checking method. The company has a lengthy disclaimer disavowing any claim that calling someone a super doctor means they're actually a good doctor. No representation is made that the quality of the medical services provided by the physicians listed in this website will be greater than that of other licensed physicians. Becky Kittleson, research director for Super Doctor, said, "It's a listing people can go to for a start. We never say you should go to this one." Sure, Becky. Super Doctors also brings in revenue by selling upgrades to the listings on its website or commemorative plaques. It also sells ads in publications that highlight the doctors. Perhaps you've seen the glossy photo spreads featuring the best plastic or orthopedic surgeons or other specialists in an airline's in-flight magazine. Those might be special advertising sections by New York City-based Madison Media Corp. All they're doing is piggybacking on the work of companies like Castle Connolly or Super Doctors, or doctor to doctor, right? A doctor who gets one of those awards can buy an ad to be listed in the airline publications, said John Reese, president and owner of Madison Media. So how does Reese know the best doctors in his ads are actually the best? I guess in this world, it's hard to find the absolute best, he said. It's all through reputation and interpretation. Health quality experts fairly snorted at that. Dr. John Santa spent years leading efforts to measure healthcare quality for Consumer Reports magazine. Anything that relies on nominations, he said, will be gained by doctors with financial ties to one another, partners who work in the same practice, doctors who refer patients to each other. If you look at those methodologies, they are rife with economic and relationship biases, Santa said. I agree. That's one of the issues, right? Santa called the various vanity awards an insult to patients who deserve better information about where to go for care. Uh-oh, well now they're all going to be mad at Santa. They'll hate Christmas forever. Even the most legitimate of the awards do little more than verify doctors' credentials, he said. I'm sorry, being in good standing with a state licensing board is a very low bar, Santa said. Being board certified is a very low bar. A few months after I became a top doctor, I decided to dig further into how Top Doctor Awards targets its honorees, without pointing out I was one of them. I was directed to Donna Martin, who works in client services. She told me top doctors could be nominated by their peers because of their achievements. But there's also a full interview process, she said, that includes questions about education, leadership, and awards. No one had asked me about my English degree from the University of Colorado. Maybe I wanted to tell them about it, okay? My ears perked up when she said a research team is also involved. But when I asked for more detail, Martin said the specifics are proprietary. Later, I called Martin back. How good could their methods be if I was one of its top doctors? She said she would look up my account and call me back. I'm still waiting. What about my fellow top doctors, the actual physicians who share my award? Did they understand the dubious honor they'd received? I called Dr. Louis Mufareh, who practices sports medicine in New York City and bills himself as the running doc. He said he wasn't surprised that Top Doctor Awards wanted to honor him because he has a wall filled with similar recognitions. I'm sort of in that echelon or class, he said. If you're finding people that don't deserve the awards, then maybe you're on to something. I told Mufareh that I am also a top doctor. That's pretty strong evidence that it's not legitimate, he said, changing his tone. It might have been that my assistant just sent in a check. Aww. He's like sad now. Mufareh said doctors are so busy that it's easy to take advantage of them. It's good to be included in the list of honored physicians, even if they are questionable, because it draws in patients, he said. But from now on, when he gets similar offers, Mufareh said he will ask how the doctors are chosen. Now that he knows my story, he might not pay the fee to renew his Top Doctor Award in 2019, he said. I decided not to take it personally. So we saved a doctor from the scam. I called about a dozen of my fellow top doctors, orthopedic and gynecologic surgeons, an allergy specialist, an infectious disease doctor, and even an orthodontist. They were all over the country, and there are so many of them that I could have kept calling them for days. Mostly I left voicemails, but I did speak to some of their assistants who were alarmed to learn I was in the top doctor ranks. Mufareh is the only one who returned my call. I smiled like a proud parent when my faux cherrywood and gold top doctor plaque arrived in the ProPublica newsroom. The saleswoman had asked me what she should list as my specialty. The whole thing is so silly I probably could have said neurosurgery, but I had to tell her the truth, so I went with investigations. As you can see, there it is. Glass frame. So, as you can see, it appears that any Top Doctor Award is a scam. If you are in the healthcare profession out there, please do let everyone know to please stop accepting and paying for these awards. As I said while reading through one of the articles, you shouldn't have to pay for awards like this. If you are being awarded, it should not cost you a penny. So that is my research into the doctor to doctors. It does not surprise me that this program is now getting aligned with Mufareh and Onpassive. I'm not 100% sure what their big plans are. I do believe that this doctor running the Doctor to Doctors Top Doctor Awards place does want to build an Onpassive team and then sign up everyone that he has there underneath him in hopes to, make money on the scheme. And of course, I'm going to be monitoring this very closely, and if I find out any more information, I will let all of you know. Please do let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below. Have you ever gotten a call for a Top Doctor Award? Would you do it? Just for fun? Well, if you ever do, let me know. And that will be it for today. Please come and check out the Recovering Hunbots channel and our streams. We stream almost every night about Onpassive. I do share them on my community tab. Come and follow me on social media. I do have Instagram. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. Take care. I will see you in the next one. And please be careful of scams out there, because even if you're a doctor, as you can see, and very intelligent, you can still fall for a scam. Take care. Mwah. Bye.